Hello, how's everybody doing? Good to see you. Second live of the day. Thank you, Whitney, for sending this on the Discord. How's everybody doing? Huh? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I was wondering if I could share that with you guys, the cookies and the Christmas tree. If that was okay with you guys. Native girl. Native girl. Native girl's trying to keep up with me. Good to see you, Native girl. Oh man. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can share this with you guys. But I do want to get this live so that way we can watch this together. Because this just came out. So thank you again, Whitney, for sharing this. So yeah, okay, cool. So I'll share this. I'll play the video for us. Actually, yeah, we'll wait a second and then so people can come in. Let me see. Images. So we do have a Discord and we have a channel. Look, isn't that pretty? So I do have a channel and I have a food section on there. People come in and you can post your pictures. You can post your holiday pictures. You can post food stuff. So that's pretty cool. I really like seeing that kind of stuff there. Let's see. Where's my music? Coming in hot, huh? So that was pretty cool. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Doesn't that look really good? And doesn't that look amazing? Yeah, isn't that pretty? And then the cookies too. I was like, oh my goodness, that looks so good. That looks so good. Wait, what kind of wine is that? What kind of wine is that? Hey, Jazzy Jazz, Whitney, good to see you. Della Dent, good to see you. Native Girl, good to see you. What else we got in here? So, Jazzy Jazz, Jazzy Jazz Jazz, freaking tongue twister, good to see you. So yeah, this will be a quick live. It'll be an hour. Yeah, those cookies. I promise. I promise it'll be an hour. Okay. Isn't that cool though? I'll put a little bit of music on before we get going, and then we'll just jump right into it. Usually, I'll start like at the 5 minute mark. Get a chance for people to come in. All right, share this tab. Oh, your head is killing you? Sorry to hear that. Oh, some pozole. Ooh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. Oh, what native girl say? Mark, please be descriptive so I can see it all in my head. Shoot, and I have to play guitar now. Native girl, trying to keep up with me is bad for your health. But yeah, that's our Discord. Make sure you guys join us on the Discord, man. It's been pretty cool. It's been real active, and we're starting to have. I want to start having movie nights. We had one last night. Oh, thank you, my little stars. I appreciate that. Very sweet of you. All right, that was cool. Let's give it up to Native Girl on the guitar. So let me play this for you guys, and we'll get going. Told myself I'll only be an hour on here. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Here we go. Oh, come back here. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Here it is. Let's see. Screen share. There it is. Make sure you guys can see that. Make this bigger. There we go. Yeah, thanks for letting me share that. All right, so we're gonna play this as a new one. So let's see. Let's play it. I want to watch this with you guys. It's only like 20 minutes, 24 minutes, so that's good.
Was a major clue just revealed in connection with the mysterious death and disposal of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the teenager whose body was allegedly found in singer David's car? Turns out the private investigator who's been looking into this case just made a bombshell revelation on social media we got to talk about.
We got to talk about it.
Presented by Law and
Sidebar.
Crime.
Shout out to
Jesse Weber.
Sidebar. Jesse Weber. Shout out to Jesse
Okay,
Weber.
real quick before we jump into this. All right, we got this David update that we got to talk about, and it may give us some sort of insight into what happened to 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who, as you know, her body was found in a Tesla that was allegedly registered to singer David back in September out in LA. There have been no arrests, there have been no charges filed. There has been reporting, particularly from TMZ, that possibly an investigative grand jury out in LA may be hearing evidence. We did previous sidebars on that. You can check it all out. But one underlying question that we don't have the answer to, and from a forensic point of view, perhaps is a complicating factor, is what happened to Celeste? How did she die? What was the true state of her body? How was she moved? Which is why the update that I'm about to get into is so interesting. You want to talk about complicating. You know what else is complicating? The fact that the cause and manner of death hasn't been released, and that the details from the medical examiner's office have been sealed by court order. You know, according to a release from the medical examiner's office, it said at 10:54 a.m. on Friday, November 21st, the County of Los Angeles Department of Medical Examiner received a court order initiated by the Los Angeles Police Department to place a security hold on medical examiner case number 2025-14252 Celeste Rivas Hernandez. No records or details associated with the case, including the cause and manner of death and medical examiner report, can be released or posted on the website until further notice. And then you had the Robbery Homicide Division that released a statement not only addressing this, but also addressing the media reporting that Celeste was decapitated and that her body was either entirely or partially frozen. Now, this is based primarily on reporting from TMZ. They had a statement that said, robbery homicide division statement on Celeste Rivas investigation, Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Police Department is aware of the recent stories posted by various media outlets about the David Celeste Rivas investigation and would like to dispel some misinformation contained in their reporting. The body of Celeste Rivas was not frozen when it was discovered on September 8th, 2025. She had not been decapitated. As far as the court order, the LAPD sought to seal the records of the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's investigation into Celeste Rivas' death. That order was sought only to ensure detectives from Robbery Homicide Division learned of important information surrounding her death before the media and the public. The order was not sought to undermine transparency. Okay, now we got to talk about this update. And this update concerns Steve Fisher. We've had him on the program before. Steve is the private investigator who was hired by the owner of the property where David had reportedly been staying in the Hollywood Hills. That property was apparently near the Tesla. That property, by the way, was
They made it seem like he was going to talk the way he was shaking his head. Oh, thank you. The other thing, thank you so much. Oh, look, Peekaboo got it. Peekaboo, I see you. Peekaboo, I see you. It's such a funny name. Thank you so much. Let me put that on the screen. I appreciate that, Dang. Thank you so much. All right, let's go. Yeah, everybody's sick. Hey, David, it's guilty. Good to see you. Yeah, everybody's feeling under the weather, huh? I'm telling you guys, take your vitamin C. Get those pills. Take 1,000 milligrams stat, and you guys are going to feel way better.
Searched by authorities. Now, Steve has come out and made some comments about his investigation, including things like this.
But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house that is, there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her, and it's scary, sadistic stuff. And that's why we're trying to learn more about that. I wish I could say more, but for obvious reasons I can't. But it doesn't have to do with how she died, but maybe how they were planning on ultimately getting rid of her, and how maybe that Tesla was just a holding spot at the time, and things just, their timing was just off as far as getting this done. But there's a few things that were just like, will blow your mind.
And he was recently discussed on another episode of Sidebar, where he made a post on X seemingly fighting back about potentially being held in contempt of court for allegedly talking about or discussing a case that he had seemingly testified about. He really fought back against that allegation as well. And we assume this was about the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. Not definitively confirmed, but when you read between the lines of his message, it seemed to be that. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. But now, given what he has said about his findings, this is what we need to talk about. He just posted this on X. Quote, "Although my words have been misquoted by some, what I actually said about certain items found at the Doheny address was that they were, quote, items you would expect to find on a farm rather than in a home in the Hollywood Hills. One of those items was a burn cage incinerator, advertised to burn at 1,600 degrees. Human cremations are typically performed at approximately 1,400 degrees. An incinerator is not legal to use within city limits and serves no legitimate purpose at a residential property in the Hollywood Hills. Some will argue that this item was intended as a prop for a video. If that were the case, it raises several obvious questions. Why would a 55-pound bird cage be delivered to a private residence instead of directly to a prop designer or production house? Why would it be ordered before departing on an extended world tour? Why was it never used in any video production? It is also important to note that there were additional items present that could be used in conjunction with the burn cage. To be very clear, this burn cage was not used. It was still new and in the box. However, given that Celeste Rivas Hernandez's remains were ultimately found in the Tesla trunk, the presence of an...
Yeah, a lot of people did think it was like wood chipper. I mean, I could see why now people thought that. I mean, if you're thinking about incinerators, if you're thinking about burn cages, if you're thinking about wood chippers, you're thinking along the lines of what this dude can freaking be capable, or whoever it may be, right? Whoever it may be. I mean, that's some scary stuff right there, man. Exactly, man.
Incinerator at the same residence associated with that vehicle necessarily raises questions about intent. The burn cage was not taken during the search warrant, and because it was not used, it appears it's not of importance to any possible criminal investigation. But we think it's important context, even if not criminal. The burn cage and other related items were delivered to the residents under a false name, although the deliveries were accepted at the property. Attached is a photograph of the actual burn cage incinerator.
David is Guilty came up with a really good question. It says, I wonder why he didn't use it. Very good question.
As found at the residence, along with an image from Dr. Burns' advertising materials for the product. Hashtag Celeste Rivas Hernandez, hashtag David. And he does include those photos, by the way. What do we make of this? Let me bring on Matt Irvine to talk about this, retired detective, law enforcement instructor. Matt, so good to have you here. Quite the statement from Steve Fisher, making it public. Your thoughts if this is true?
Well, I think Steve Fisher's remarks are very well considered. I cannot think of a legitimate, innocent reason why a burn cage would be received at a private residence, why it would be ordered under a false name. I also, frankly,
Well, let's
can't
actually just start
understand.
there. Keep your thought.
Okay.
The only thing I would say is about a false name, you know, if he's a celebrity, he doesn't want people knowing that he's staying there. Thoughts?
Fair enough, but if he's got a bunch of
Fair
people that
enough.
he's working with because he intends to use this as
Fair
part of a
enough.
concert tour, as part of a video, he's got a whole staff of people that can order something for him. I don't understand why he would need to do it under an assumed name, but your point is well taken.
And thanks, Whitney, for bringing this up on our Discord. Thank you.
That could be an innocent explanation, but again, to Steve's points, if that is indeed the intent for this item, why is it delivered to a private residence? Why is it not with them on tour? Why is it not taken to some location to be used for some kind of a video? That said, I also can't think of a good reason why LAPD didn't seize this item. I mean, if you're conducting an investigation into a body found in the trunk of a car, one of your working theories has got to be that this body was placed there in order to move it from the scene where the death occurred and then transport it to some third location to conceal it or dispose of it. And if you're looking at the possibility that somebody is trying to dispose of a body, and you search the residence of a person of interest in that case, and you find what is essentially a home crematorium, why don't you take that? I know that when you're serving a search warrant, you can only seize the things that the court authorized you to seize and that you told the court you expected to find there. I'm sure nobody expected to find this item there. But what you do in a search warrant when you find something evidentiary that was unexpected is you write what's called a piggyback warrant. It's a simple addendum where you say, hey, judge, while serving that search warrant that you issued, we found this other thing. We think it's evidence. We'd like to seize that too. It's a typical one-page addendum that's tacked onto your warrant. I've never seen a judge not sign one of those, and I don't know why that wasn't done in this case.
So let me ask you this, Matt. You could be 100% right? First of all, assuming this is true, that a burn cage was delivered there, and assuming
He keeps saying bird cage. Sounds like he's saying bird cage. Did you guys hear that? You guys they could have done a piggyback warrant. Why did they come back and do that, right? Let me hear that again real quick.
From the scene where the death points. If a concert,
a false name,
legitimate.
What do we make? Incinerator, as found at the residence, along with an image from Dr. Burns' advertising materials for the product. Hashtag Celeste Rivas Hernandez, hashtag David. And he does include those photos, by the way. What do we make of this? Let me bring on Matt Irvine to talk about this, retired detective, law enforcement instructor. Matt, so good to have you here.
Yeah, burn cage. It sounds like he's
quite
saying
the statement from Steve Fisher,
cage.
making it public. Your thoughts if this is true?
Well, I think Steve Fisher's remark.
Yeah, that's a good point. It does look tampered, huh? Look at that. Like they took it out and then put it back on. Huh. Damn, that's a good observation right there. That's interesting.
Remarks are very well considered. I cannot think of a legitimate, innocent reason why a burn cage would be received at a private residence, why it would be ordered under a false name. I also, frankly,
Well, let's
can't
actually just start
understand.
there. Keep your thought. The
Okay.
only thing I would say is about a false name, you know, if he's a celebrity, he doesn't want people knowing that he's staying there. Thoughts?
Fair enough, but if he's got a bunch of people that he's working with because he intends to use this as part of a concert tour, as part of a video, he's got a whole staff of people that can order something for him. I don't understand why he would need to do it under an assumed name. But your point is well taken. That could be an innocent explanation. But again, to Steve's points, if that is indeed the intent for this item, why is it delivered to a private residence? Why is it not with him on tour? Why is it not taken to some location to be used for some kind of a video? That said, I also can't think of a good reason why LAPD didn't seize this item. I mean, if you're conducting an investigation into a body found in the trunk of a car, one of your working theories has got to be that this body was placed there in order to move it from the scene where the death occurred and then transport it to some third location to conceal it or dispose of it. And if you're looking at the possibility that somebody is trying to dispose of a body, and you search the residence of a person of interest in that case, and you find what is essentially a home crematorium, why don't you take that? I know that when you're serving a search warrant, you can only seize the things that the court authorized you to seize and that you told the court you expected to find there. I'm sure nobody expected to find this item there. But what you do in a search warrant when you find something evidentiary that was unexpected is you write what's called a piggyback warrant. It's a simple addendum where you say, hey, judge, while serving that search warrant that you issued, we found this other thing. We think it's evidence. We'd like to seize that too. It's a typical one-page addendum that's tacked onto your warrant. I've never seen a judge not sign one of those, and I don't know why that wasn't done in this case.
Man, that's such a good point this guy's making. This piggyback warrant. Why didn't they use that to use it for other stuff that they might have seen at the Hollywood Hill? Man, that's a very good point there. Yeah, Whitney says this is not going to be used for a music video. If so, and it was needed, where is the script for the video? This burn cage is illegal in LA residence area, says Darcy. Whitney, I believe this one is more expensive. Yeah, this is like a huge one right here. Professional power, man. This is wild. It's on sale for $349.99. Jeez, man.
So let me ask you this, Matt. You could be 100% right, right? First of all, assuming this is true, that a burn cage was delivered there, and assuming for a moment that law enforcement did it.
Yeah, I think like in even if you have property too, Daladink, like you're saying, you're like, I don't think in area in SoCal, I don't think we're allowed to have this even on our land in Lake Elsinore. Yeah, we don't burn our trash over here in California because of the wildfire fires, and I mean primarily because of that. So we're not allowed to burn our trash over here in California because of the fires. It's just we don't do it over here. It's I don't want to say it's illegal to burn your trash, but I want to say it's illegal to burn your trash over here.
And sees it. Okay, let's say that's accurate. I guess the question would be either, like you said, it was beyond the realm, it was beyond the scope of a search warrant. Maybe they didn't amend it for whatever reason. Or is it possible, when we're trying to think about what happened to Celeste, her body showed absolutely no sign of burning whatsoever, and they couldn't definitively establish that the purchase, the delivery of this incinerator was related to her in any way?
Well, that's a fair statement. I mean, and as Steve Fisher mentioned, it was unused, but it seems like because of the circumstances that this body was.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Does this look tampered with, or they might have opened it and then tried to return it? Does it look that way? Man, you got some really good eyes.
Found in the trunk of the car that the crime of disposal of the body was incomplete, that there was a plan, or at least the beginnings of a plan, to conceal or dispose of the body, and for one reason or another, that plan was not fully executed. And that doesn't make the burn cage any less evidentiary. Again, a search warrant doesn't have to reach the level of probable cause to arrest. You just have to argue that you're investigating a crime.
Yeah, the stainless steel, the perforated stainless steel design maximizes airflow so fires light quickly and burn hotter and thoroughly, says Whitney. Yeah, absolutely. I had something similar, but I had one of those washers, those dryers. It's a tumbler that they take out of the old washers and they sell them for burn pits, for like campfires. So if you notice, there's like holes in that all around and the airflow. And I would put what is it, wood in there, and that thing would just be, I mean, just a furnace. I mean, it'd be super hot just because of the airflow, the holes that are in there.
And that this item is potentially evidence of that crime. So it's a much lower standard than what you would need to arrest somebody. And I think that standard is well met just by the circumstances of the discovery of Celeste's body.
If somebody had used that, could it thoroughly incinerate a body and there'd be no human composition left? There'd be no human remains left?
You know, I'm not familiar with that.
Here, that's a good question, because let me bring up ChatGPT, and I was trying to be careful to ask ChatGPT these questions because I don't want to get on the list. So let's see. So check this out. Look, modern cremators, also called retorts, typically operate at about 1400 Fahrenheit to 1800 Fahrenheit. Key points here. Preheating. The chamber is preheated to around 1400 Fahrenheit degree before the body is placed inside. Again, trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning, okay? Cremation process. Once underway, temperatures usually rise closer to 1600 and 1800 Fahrenheit. Time. A full cremation, and this is for modern cremators, okay? Full cremation generally takes 2 to 3 hours, depending on body size, container, and the cremator itself. What remains is soft tissue, is consumed by the heat and flame. Bones do not turn to ash; they become brittle and are later processed into fine material, commonly called ashes. Controls. Modern cremators are carefully regulated for temperatures, airflows, and emissions. So that's a little bit of ChatGPT in there, because I don't want to ask it too many questions, because it tells you that it's illegal to ask it questions or something like that. Last time, I don't know, it was I was asking it questions, and it was like, no, that's illegal. You can't do that, or something like that. Hey, Bernice, how you doing? So that's a little bit of a context. Let's see. At these temperatures, most biological evidence is destroyed. DNA recovery is extremely limited or impossible. So it's to me, it seems like it's part of it just seems like you're just getting rid of evidence. That's what it means. That's what it seems to me like. It's you're getting rid of evidence. All right. But to me, when I first saw that, I was like, man, these guys are dumb, man. Like, to think that you can just do that. Let me see. Where's my chat GPT? Oops. Here it is. Let's see. So cremation can significantly impact cause of death investigation. This is why cremating timing can be a crucial issue in criminal cases. Okay. So cremators operate between 1400 and 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. And this one goes up to 1600. Let me play this again.
Product. I trust Steve Fisher when he says that an incineration of a human body, a cremation, takes place at 1400 degrees. If this thing could go to 1600, I don't know what its capacity is at 55 pounds. I can't imagine it's that large. But you know, that again brings us back to this this allegation of dismemberment or potential dismemberment if you're going to dispose.
They are 55-gallon sizes. That's huge. Think of a barrel. Think of a barrel.
Of a body in that way. It's a pretty awful thing to consider, but it looks like somebody may have been considering this.
Well, that's an interesting part, because when we first started on this case, there was a question: why was the body left in a Tesla? Either it was, you know, somebody was in the middle of trying to figure out what to do next with the body, they panicked, or it was deliberately left there to cast suspicion on David, right? We thought that could have been a possibility. But if the body's left in the car and now you're thinking about the purchase of this incinerator, that is like really, really, really sloppy work. I mean, you're purchasing an item to be delivered for potentially the disposal of a body. I mean, that's the allegation, or one of the allegations. We don't know for sure. But if that we're taking that as true, that is like really bad planning on a number of different levels.
Well, I would expect that however Celeste died was not something that was very well planned or thought through. And I would expect that if you've got a bunch of people who don't have significant, sophisticated criminal histories and they're confronted with a dead body under whatever circumstance, panic would be a pretty likely reaction.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like there's organized, and then there's this disorganization, and this looks since the beginning. It looks disorganized, very just compulsive, very quick, very just sloppy. That's a very good word. Very sloppy.
And, despite all the stuff we see in TV and movies, most people that commit crimes aren't terribly sophisticated. These are not, Ocean's 11 type.
Oh, look at that. Darcy says possibly this box arrived after the gang left on tour. That could be a possibility too. Look at that, man. That is wild. Could you imagine, like, it comes after they left and whoever was left behind was supposed to do the deed and just didn't? Hey, Stars, how you doing? Imagine being Celeste family having to hear all this stuff come out, forced to wonder like the rest of us, I assume. I feel bad for yeah, that's absolutely. Oh man, that's 100% Stars. David is guilty says best on the live stream. David, Neo, and Asia do not strike me as smart people. I see a bunch of goofy young adults who act like they might be high. Just my opinion. Robin says sheesh, this is insane. I know, right? I know. How could it be? Jazz says, how hard could it be? It's a cage and fire. I don't need to read directions. Mark, if he was recorded the whole thing and was going to share it with others, with lore groups, he has secretly, in my opinion. I mean, that's the thing. I just would not doubt that stuff. After seeing the 764 documentary, I mean, that stuff exists out there, man. That stuff does exist. So I meant to say the tour ruined that for them. David is guilty says, well, whatever the reason David didn't use it, it ended up being the fatal decision for David. Whitney says they were probably going to burn her clothes and belongings too. Yeah, that's a good point too. Like her belongings, yeah. Star says, I think they had a lot of big plans on how to play with Celeste deceased body, but unfortunately they turned that for them. Oh, the tool ruined it. Okay, gotcha. I was reading it backwards. All right. Burncade most likely came from Virginia. That's where the company is located. Oh, wow. Virginia. Hey, Maritza, how you doing? Welcome back. Second live of the day. Yeah, the washer cylinder. The washer cylinder part. Yep. I use those all the time. But I do know you'll get content, says Bernice. Well, weren't parts of her missing? Well, maybe did use it already and they were planning on sending it back because she was discovered. They had plenty of time. Yeah, they did have plenty of time. It seems that way. I'm about to call every delivery company and ask them who ordered that burn cage, Della Dang says. 100% full. David, I mean, I think what you could do is just, yeah, I mean, oh man, just so wild. Let me keep reading comments. You guys are good. Doing great. Darcy says, shows premeditation. If anyone in crew ordered this burn cage, yeah, exactly. Why? Brittany says, if asked police and lawyers knows about the device, they answered police took photos. I'd be glad when those case is too much guessing. I think Jazzy Jazz says, I think they probably just opened it to check it out, but was going to transport it again so the box could be easier and less noticeable. Oh yeah, that's true. Could be like, yeah. This burn cage can't handle the fire that's been lit under the sharks fans' asses, says Stars. Absolutely. Robin says, hello. I see you're back, Mark the Shark. Hey, good people. I'm listening to you and watching the voice finale. All right. The website says holds 11.76 cubic feet, says Whitney. He couldn't set it up, says Della Dang. Let's see. David is guilty, says perhaps David tried it and was too dumb to know how to use it. Yeah, police did take photos. Let me play this again. Hey, Rufo banning and Los Angeles stays under burn bans. Absolutely. Absolutely, because there's a fires in California. So let me play this.
Master criminal kinds of enterprises. These are people that get in situations where they are way over their head. Things happen that they did not intend.
Oh, I think there is. I think there might be a tracking or something on the box because look, I just noticed that. Since you said that, it's blocked out. Either the address or the barcode. You can look up the barcode and get information on that. Uh-huh. Catch up on chat. Imagine so okay, praying. Del says, yes, Stars. Me too. Praying for them to find strength and comfort during these times. Star says, I think about this too. It's sad, Marissa says to Star. Yep. Darcy says, very amateur, and these kids made truly stupid mistakes. I know. I was showing a video where I saw them. I saw like Vanessa. It was on Halloween. Vanessa, Celeste Herrera, the other Celeste, and Asia. And I was like, are these people? Are these people freaking smarter than LAPD detectives? Hey, Yashoda, good to see you. Welcome. You know what I mean? I was like, are these really people smarter than the LAPD robbery and homicide division? Really? And that was early in the case when we were just so frustrated that there's no arrest. There's still no arrest. David is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. My little star says, praying for them for sure. Hopefully they can feel the support from the internet. I hope so too. That's a really good point. My little stars, very good point. I really hope they feel like the community, the true crime community is behind them. Oh man, yeah, I really hope so. Della dang, that's what I was thinking too. Like someone went after the investigators left and didn't think someone was going to go back. My little stars. Oh my God, Bernice, that's an excellent point. Jazzy Jazz stars. My ex couldn't put together a 2-shelf Walmart bookcase. David is guilty. I hate to be David's parents too, assuming they are innocent in this. I would be devastated if I had a son who did this. I bet so too. Yeah, that's the thing. I know both families can't be feeling great right now. Absolutely. Great point. David is guilty. My little star says David is guilty. Yeah, that would be very hard. The one true witness says I was looking for a tracking number in the box. Bernie says police did take photos. Rufio Banyan, good to see you. What is up, Mark? Yashoda in the house, good to see you. Hello. Whitney, could AI remove the mark blocking on it? No, I don't think it can. That'd be crazy if it did. That'd be wild, right? David is guilty says, yep, it's certainly taped. Looks like he tried to open it. The one true Whitney says, even if ordered under a phony name, we just have to look at the accounts and see whose card ordered it. Yeah, absolutely. Rufio banning, surely they had a lot of yard work to do. All right. My little star says, I wonder whatever happened when her family contacted Riverside County. They seem to have issues with children over there. Interesting. Darcy Diamond says, nope. In all their videos, gang looks higher than kites. Darcy says. Native Girl, welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Native Girl, for being my mod. Thank you for holding that down. Thank you so much, guys. If you guys like to hit that like button, member up, or gift memberships, I also have super chats, super stickers, and Cash App and Venmo. It's not required, but it is greatly appreciated. David is guilty says David has a YouTube short where he is talking about how everyone digs in their butt. I find it hard to believe he's smarter than police. LOL, right? My little star says, Mark, I love how you do your live. Seriously, you are so good at this. I can't believe you've only done this for 3 months. You are a natural. Thank you so much, my little stars. I just go for it. I just go for it. Whatever happens, happens. It's live. Sometimes I drop stuff. I mean, earlier on my lives I was dropping water. I was dropping my soda. The microphone wasn't connected. You can hear dogs in the background. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you, stars, and everybody in here for your kind words. Thank you guys so much. Let me continue reading or playing this video.
And they get out of control and they panic. And a lot of the kind of circumstances of this case seem to suggest that.
And if it is true that that burn cage was not used, that it was left in the packaging, if someone had purchased that for the purpose, let's say, of disposing of Celeste's body, it gives you kind of an insight to someone's mentality and what they're capable of doing, which also makes me wonder, was this the first attempt to dispose of her body? If someone would be willing to incinerate her body, and we don't have definitive evidence of that, I mean, we're just taking this report from Steve Fisher for a minute, we're assuming it. Does it not give you indication about what the state of Celeste's body may have been like? And again, what's complicated is we don't know the cause and manner of death. We don't know more details, particularly about her body. But am I off to say if someone has the will to do that, would this have been their first attempt to dispose of a body? Does it give you an indication of what else may have happened to Celeste's body?
Well, you raise a couple of questions. I mean, everything about the circumstances of the discovery of poor Celeste's body suggests something that was not terribly well planned and an act that was not complete. In terms of the burn cage, it's hard to know when in the course of all of this item was purchased. Was this the first plan to dispose of her body, and for some reason, a plan B was hatched that involved putting it in the trunk of the car? Was there somebody that was supposed to remove the body from the trunk and place it in the burn cage, and for one reason or another, either failed to do that or decided not to do that? I mean, there's a lot we can speculate about here. I think the big takeaway is that one or more people, probably inexperienced in criminal activity, panicked and hatched one or more schemes, none of which ultimately were taken to their completion.
Mm-hmm. But what is complicating, I mentioned before, is you have this seal on the medical examiner records. In your experience, I don't know if you and I had an opportunity to talk about this. Whatever's going on between the ME's office and the LAPD is interesting, to say the least.
It is interesting and it is unusual. The LA coroner's office works with 40 plus agencies in the greater LA County area, but it works very, very closely with LAPD and particularly with robbery homicide. And, defense attorneys often complain that homicide detectives and the coroner work too closely together. I've attended autopsies where I'm standing with the medical examiner and we're looking at the evidence and we're talking about what we think may have happened. And when people are acting in good faith, that leads to good information and good investigations, but it's very hand in glove. And that's not true in every jurisdiction, but it's very true in LA. And it's particularly true for the truly expert and experienced people in LAPD robbery homicide. So for them to be issuing contradictory statements, or for the LA coroner's office to say, we wish we could tell you, but we can't, and then LAPD coming out and saying what's being leaked, possibly from the coroner's office, is not true. I have never seen that before. These are people that work very, very closely together on very sensitive cases, and there's usually a lot of trust and a lot of cooperation.
Yeah, and the chief medical examiner released a statement at the time saying the department's mission is to have full transparency with the community by providing information about our cases to empower people to make changes that save lives. Since becoming the department head, I've worked on eradicating the practice of placing security holds on medical examiner cases simply by law enforcement request. The practice of security holds is virtually unheard of in other counties and has not been proven to improve outcomes in the legal system. We are dedicated to serving our community with full transparency. However, the law precludes us from doing so while the court order remains in this case. Look, I get the position of LAPD. They don't want to compromise an ongoing investigation. They want to be careful about what information's out there. Two questions I have for you is, one, do you think the medical examiner's office definitively knows the cause and manner of death for Celeste? And B, what is LAPD's greatest concern about information coming out?
So there's a lot about this that is very confusing and unusual to me. First of all, I would say it is very likely the LA Medical Examiner's Office knows as much as they're going to know. It's been more than 3 months since Celeste remains were discovered. I can't imagine a test or a procedure that would not have been performed by now and for which the results would not have returned. So I don't know what they know, but I'm afraid, or I expect, that they know all that they're going to. LAPD's greatest concern, obviously, is about information getting out that could damage the investigation, particularly at this point where nobody's been arrested or charged. That said, it's also strange to me that if their concern is protection of investigation, or sorry, protection of information, and the integrity of their investigation, that there would be, as has been reported, an investigative grand jury being held right now. Because when you bring people into an investigative grand jury and ask them questions, they then exit that questioning and consult with their attorney. And now you've got two people that at least have some insight into what the investigation is about. And if you've got multiple people being brought before a grand jury, there's often going to be a common defense agreement among them where all of the persons who are questioned and all of their attorneys are all talking to each other. So at least among the people who could potentially be charged or called as witnesses in this case, there's a lot of information potentially leaking out just by virtue of the grand jury process.
I've been told that one of the advantages of an investigative grand jury here, other than, presenting evidence and issuing subpoenas and gathering more evidence, and by the way, my understanding is this is a grand jury that wouldn't even be able to issue a formal indictment. You would need to bring it to another grand jury. But one of the advantages is you can lock in witnesses' testimony. And for a future case, hit them with it. Say, this is what you testified to in the grand jury. This is what you said. We're locking in your testimony as a future witness in a case, particularly when it's complicated, particularly when it's high profile. And there was reporting from TMZ about who may or may, who may be appearing at that courthouse, which.
Thank you, Bernice, for becoming a Baby Shark member. Welcome to the Shark family. Make sure you check us out on our Discord. We've been having, we had our movie night last night, our first movie night. We were watching Whiplash. It was pretty cool. We got to hang out. So make sure that's one of the perks of being a member. And also Deanna got one too. I gifted one, and that's cool. It's nice that it goes to people that are actually in here. So that's cool. So thank you again, Bernice. Thank you so much for becoming a Baby Shark and for your support for the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. And play this.
And complicated as well. But you tell me what you think the advantage would be.
So the advantage to an investigative grand jury is that they can compel the production of evidence, be it physical evidence, documents, records, or testimony. And that, as you said, can lock people into statements. It may be accompanied by immunity agreements and proffers where people are being cooperated. We've talked before about there possibly being a kind of a sliding scale of culpability here where they want to roll less culpable people on the more culpable people. Grand jury is certainly a way to do that. Often, though, in a typical criminal investigation, these locking people into statements and gathering evidence is done by the police. They're interviewing people, they're serving search warrants, and they're getting this information that way. So obviously they can't compel people under oath, but they're usually pretty good at getting people to talk. And so the fact that there is, at least as reported, an investigative grand jury suggests that there is evidence, be it documentary or testimonial, that the DA needs that the police have been unable to obtain.
And by the way, just so we're clear, if there is an issue, if the indictment is ultimately handed down and there's an arrest, are we, the public, a Celeste family, going to know every detail immediately? Are we all going to understand what happened to Celeste if and when that day comes?
It really depends on how the DA's office decides to issue the indictment. An indictment can be a very, very brief document that simply outlines the charges and the persons being charged, or it can be what they sometimes call a speaking indictment, which is more common on the federal side, where they really lay out a lot of the evidence in the indictment document. However, once somebody is indicted, it starts a discovery process where pretty much everything that's known to the prosecution is disclosed to the defense. More often than not, the defense may put stuff out there, at least stuff that they feel is helpful to their client. The DA really isn't going to present evidence that is publicly available until the case actually hits the courtroom, beyond what's listed in the indictment. Excuse me.
Yeah, no. Okay, this is an interesting development. We'll see what comes of it. So far, Steve Fisher's the only one I see that is talking about this incinerator and its possible connection to this case. All right, we'll keep a careful eye on it. Matt Irvine, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Matt Irvine, that was cool. Oh, good insights there. Let me catch up on chat. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Oh, and thank you so much for that. Native girl, thank you so much for that kind words. Let's see. Trying to catch up on chat. Let's see. Back over here. Okay, yeah, right here. Let me check right here. Let me bring this up a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is where I left off. Yashoda says, when did the SF find this burn cage? Did LAPD take it as evidence or find it out whether it was even used? Yeah, LAPD just left us behind. So I'm sure they took pictures, and what the speculation is and the theory is that they left it behind because it wasn't used. Let's see, and then I gifted a membership, and then Bernice became a membership, and then let's see. And then Della Dank gifted a membership. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Boom. Ruby Band says, Yashoda, I believe the burn cage is part of farm tools that FS found in the home. Marissa, Yashoda, supposedly LAPD only took pictures of it. Darcy says, SF reported this 16 hours ago. David is guilty, says David must have believed the Tesla would be there when he got back, considering how many times it was ticketed. You would think David would have known better. That's the thing. It's just, it's like amateur hour. But yeah, I think that's what it was. I think he thought it was going to be there when he got back, and he was going to do what he needed to do. Because he was going to get back after, he was going to come back to LA, I believe on the 20th. September 20th, 2025, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, he would have gone on the world tour to Europe on October 1st. And that would have given him some time to do whatever he needed to do, allegedly speculating that to do what he needed to do with Celeste's body. Roofie Bound, when there's smoke, there's fire. Absolutely. David's lawyer is going to be earning her paychecks, says Winnie. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yashoda says, was the burn cage large enough to put a human body inside? Oof, good question. My little star says, the LAPD never mentioned the Tesla key. Wonder why not? Literally, says Whitney. Roofie Bound, in the state they found her, probably. Yashoda, it's a Marissa says it's a 55-gallon. Mm-hmm. And then they go, Mark, you've come a long way in 3 months, but you started out with passion, dedication, and hard work. We all appreciate that. Emoji, emoji, emojis. Thank you so much, Native Girl. Thank you. I love those emojis. Thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for modding up. Appreciate that. Thank you for holding it down. Let's see. The one true witness says LAPD left the lot out because they needed the evidence to fit how they wanted it to, instead of actually giving a crap. Interesting. Interesting. By the way, my eyes are closed. I'm listening though. Okay. Get some rest, Native Girl. Get some rest. It's bad for your health to try to keep up with me, all right? All right, let's see. Where am I? Okay, right here. Stars, I believe the Tesla key, says Darcy, was found, was a red herring, never proved to be David's card key. Well, they never really said if it was or wasn't. So they're saying, like, we can't confirm or deny. But yeah, it might be a red herring, Darcy. You might be right. David's guilty says, yeah, I 100% believe this case would be handled differently if David was not famous. My little star says, Darcy, I slightly agree because they never said the key was missing. And then the one true witness says, baby shark, do. David is guilty. The police are likely extra careful when dealing with celebrities because they have the money to sue them, while normal people, the cops, do not fear. I think so too. I think when you have money like that and you have resources and you have a lawyer, then you're able to do much more things than the average person can because you have those resources. I agree with you. Darcy Diamond says, many ways to open Yo Tesla, including an app on your phone, says Darcy. I agree. Bernice says, Remember when they went to the mansion to move and they were masked up, dummies, police watching. Oh yeah, that was weird, huh? They were all masked up. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, movie night was fun, huh, Whitney? Yeah, well, we'll definitely have. We're gonna have to vote on what we're gonna have next time, like what movie and time and stuff like that. So maybe we'll start a poll or something, or you guys can figure it out, or we can put it to a vote, and then we can alternate. You know, 1 week this or one day this movie, and then that way everybody gets a chance to play their movies. So that'd be cool. Let's see. My little star says, I remember that they left a lot of stuff behind that the landlord was throwing out, mainly clothes. I thought that was very odd. Why would LAPD take that stuff but not? But I don't know. Yeah, that's true, right? Stars. It's like, why take certain things and not the other? And I think somebody made a comment earlier. I forget who it was, but we're saying that maybe the burn cage was also maybe for disposing of evidence of like clothes. I mean, for the matter of fact, it seems like it was supposed to be to for removing evidence, destroying evidence. Okay, so that's a good question, Jesse asked. I wonder if we even know what happened. Yeah. Yep. The one true witness says TMZ is probably pissed they missed out on this. Yes, they did. They did. Darcy Diamond, we have to wait till actual trial for details. Could be until February 2026. Yikes. David is guilty says the one true witness. Yeah, TMZ frustrated me because I never know how if the reports are even true or not. Familia, hey, how you doing, King's a woman? Good to see you. Welcome. One true witness. Whoever TMZ is suing for a source has to be one of David's crews, and they are telling lies because TMZ has dropped the ball over and over again. Your king is a woman says, I think they should have opened it because you never know if it was open, cleaned, and packed up. Yeah, that's a good point, right? To open it to see if it was used or not. That's a very good point. Bernice says they arrested persons 4 other body in same town lot and a millionaire today. How come not David? Good question. Whitney says when assembled, the burn cage looks to be about 4 feet tall. Star says, Bernice, I like you. You're spot on. In my opinion, keep pressing them. Absolutely. David's guilty says, if that's the case, he was coming back in September. How cool is that they found her just in time to bust David? God is good all the time. Darcy says, David was a spoiled child, man. He had all sorts of fans and crew who did everything to please him. Mm-hmm. Winnie says, we should do a holiday movie next time. Yeah, that'd be fun, huh? We could do a holiday one. That would be fun. That would be fun. I would like that. Yeah. A holiday movie one. Absolutely. Star says, money, the money brings me to the money brings me to the Melanie Buzzard case. Her mom doesn't have money for a high-powered attorney. Look what they did. Went in and dug her up. Her floors. Money talks much. Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely. When he says they probably need a warrant to open it, since opening someone's mail is a federal offense. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You probably need a warrant, huh? Yep. Hey, Kings of One, thank you so much because I feel like it. I love that. Yeah, because I feel like it. Absolutely. I like that. Press the subscribe button. We're almost reaching our goal to 1,000 drum funds. Let's go. Boom. Button, a hundy. Emojis. Heart emojis. Thank you so much. Your Kings of Woman for your $4.99 super chat. Yeah, we're really close. We're really close to getting a drone. We're really, really close. David is a punk. I hope he reads this. Coño, in your opinion. Oh, man. You guys are funny. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. I love it. Thank you again. Your king is a woman. Here's a picture of the burn pit in action. Let me share this. Make this bigger. Hold on a second. Oops. Let's see. Burn pit. Burn. Let me see. Burn cage. Burn cage. Okay. Let me see this one. Let me share my screen with you guys. Screen share, burn cage. Here it is. There it is. Let me play this for you guys. I mean, look how much smoke it
I purchased
does.
this burn cage this fall and I've been really pleased with it. It's one of my top purchases of the entire year. It's really made burning debris in my yard so much easier. I was really struggling because I don't have a great place to burn leaves. I have a lot of leaves and sticks that come down in my yard in the fall, so this is a perfect solution. You can see that it's just a really simple design. It's a cage that connects on all four sides. It also has a top, and it's covered with these vent holes to allow for really great circulation. I can put a large pile of leaves in here, but they burn down really, really quickly. I'd say an entire cage can burn down in about 20 minutes, and I would definitely suggest getting the XL size or the max size. This is actually the max size, and it really works well. And I like that it folds down completely flat so you can store it easily over the winter. This is made to withstand standard burning temperatures up to 1600 degrees. When it's done, all I need to do is fold it up for the fall and put it in my garage, and it compacts flat.
Damn, that's wild. You guys see all that smoke? Yeah, thank you, King. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Mark, we have down for hiking boots. We are just waiting for your size, just so you know, it's in our list. I appreciate that. I appreciate. Yeah, this Bernice. That's the thing. It goes to the state of mind of these people. That I mean, this is for burning trash. That's how they saw Celeste Rivas, in my opinion, as trash, as something that they can just dispose of. But I'm telling you, you can't get away with that kind of stuff in this lifetime or the next lifetime. It's not how the universe works. Uh, David is guilty said, I've heard the owner of the mansion is renting out again. If that's true, I wonder what they did with David's stuff. Interesting. Well, I think they brought a what they did was like they brought in like a junk hauling company to throw all that stuff out. Marisa says, Bernie says, that's sicko, yep. Marisa says, per SF, all the smoke detectors were covered in the house. I bet they were going to try to use it inside the garage. Marisa, that's a really good point. Yeah, the smoke detectors were covered. Wow, that's an interesting point. Maybe doing it in the garage or somewhere, right? Wow, look at that. You guys coming in with some good comments. Keep them coming. Kings of Moment says, so allegedly there is a video of David buying large garbage bags, and I know if they go deep and do a forensic examination, they can figure out the store they bought it from and the serial number. Yeah, I've seen that in cases where people have gotten bags and they've traced back the actual bag to the company and forensically matched both bags to that exact bag from the company, which is pretty amazing. David Discuti says, I bet David opened the box and said, crap, you got to build it and put it back. I think so too. Man. Marissa says, or near the yard. I think so. Yeah, Marissa, it's a very good observation, says Stars. Yep, I agree. Stars, I agree. Shark Family is on point today. Your Kings of Women Bags says, and they can also, and I hope they check for fingerprints on the black bags. Absolutely. I think the owner put the important things in storage, or maybe SF took some things to investigate more in depth, says Your King is a woman. Bernie says, I think the detectives were covered because of the drugs they were smoking respectfully. Could be, Bernice. Your King is the one says, yeah, the forensics can trace it back. Star says, there's a video of David shopping at Home Depot for earmuffs that Zerk wasn't allowed to post on tour vlog. Really? Oh, whoa! What is that about, David? David, I know you're watching right now. I know you're chilling, watching anime on the big screen, watching Crunchyroll, watching my channel right now, seeing what we're talking about. But hey, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, okay? In a court of law, guys. He has not been charged with any crime other than the fashion police probably arresting him. That's all he's been that's all the crime he's been he's been charged with is fashion police. Okay, fashion police. So I do have to say that. Let's see. Marisa says, stars. It's just so ridiculous thing that they even had that though. Yeah, it's just no place to be. It's so out of place. It's ridiculous. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Brittany says, yes, he is. Your Kings of Women says, I think if there were chainsaws, they could have taken them because supposedly there are teeth marks of chainsaws in some Celeste body. Whoa. Whoa. Huh. Oof. Just to think about that, man. Because doing that, I mean, dismemberment, we saw a documentary on the Vietnamese butcher, and dismembering a body is no joke. I mean, it's next level sick stuff. And if you're in that state of mind, if you're desensitized, I can see how somebody could do it. But I mean, we were just getting our stomachs were hurting just thinking about it and hearing the descriptions of it, and a lot of the pictures, for obvious reasons, were blurred out. But just the descriptions and what was going on, we were like sick to our stomach, and we're like, man, if we're sick to our stomach and the pictures are blurred out, imagine in real life the smell, the look, somebody you supposedly cared for. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, look at this! Look at this, David. What are you doing at Home Depot? What are you buying? David, what are you buying at Home Depot, brother? Let me see. Let me look at this real quick. Bring this up. There we go. Let's see. Let me upload. Here it is. It's a good question, Bernice. Why do you all think Steve decided to put this after 2 days of testifying 2 weeks ago? Your Kings and Women, I wonder if they use him and put him back if they were chainsaw present. Oof, I know, right? Kings Mark, I think David is numb, desensitized, and I truly think he's possessed, to be honest, man. I just, oof. So check this out.
What'd you get at Home Depot?
Earmuffs.
What do you say? Earmuffs. He said earmuffs. All right. Well, what else is in the bag? That was weird. When was this? Let me see. This was, oh, look at this. This was a month before Celeste's body was discovered. That's weird. That is weird. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let me save this other one. Yeah, but what else is in the bag? You don't get earmuffs at Home Depot. They don't sell that shit over there, man. Knock it off, David. Knock it off. Let's see. Look at this right here. Thank you, Stars. Appreciate it. Look at that. Let's see if I can make this bigger. There it is. So this was August 4th, 2025. August 4th, 2025. Almost a month before Celeste's body was discovered in the front trunk of a Tesla, David is seen with a bag right here. And here's the other one. Seen with a bag from Home Depot. And he said he got earmuffs. You guys believe him?
What'd you get at Home Depot?
You guys believe him? He only got earmuffs over there?
What'd you get at Home Depot?
Earmuffs.
What'd you get at Home Depot?
Earmuffs.
What'd you get at Home Depot?
Earmuffs.
All right. Earmuffs at Home Depot. That's weird. You know you went to check out other stuff too, man. Come on. Knock it off, David. Knock it off. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Desensitized. Yeah, you guys think David is desensitized? I think so too. Let's see. Yeah, Kingston, I think I agree with you too. I think the desensitization when he was a kid, since he was being a kid at 14 watching cartel execution videos, has to do something to your psyche. Absolutely. Marisa says maybe he was waiting to see if he was going to get called back, but also this was prior knowledge so he can speak on it without getting in trouble. Interesting. Your Kings of Women is the thing he's doing are not normal. There are some type of paranormal. Something bad is present in them. I agree. This little starts earmuffs all sassy. Why'd he say it all zesty, huh? Stars all zesty. And again, to each their own. I ain't mad at that. Your King is the one who says earmuffs. Earmuffs? Bernice, all in here way better than LAPD. I know, right? In our opinion, but hopefully, behind the scenes, they're doing what they can. I'm being very optimistic. I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt until whatever happens. We don't know yet, and I'm just being optimistic. I don't know. I mean, I'm being to the point where I'm being naive. I guess I don't know. I just want to I just want to believe that this can't just happen and someone gets away with it. Your King's the one says, "Do you remember when he was talking about that he peed himself when Justin Bieber added him? Look at his face and his eyes is not normal. Yeah, his reactions, right? They're like it's like over the top. It's like he has no emotions. He doesn't know. It's almost like he's pretending this is how people are excited. This is how people are when they're crying. It's almost like he's pretending because he doesn't have those emotions. Marisa says earmuffs so the chainsaw noise won't hurt his little precious ears. Little Miss Star says that is Zerks. He just changed the way his username looks on. Oh, really? On the server? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ooh, the Coke Zero. Oof. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. So Little Star says he changed his name and use his username on the server. Whoa. Your King is a Woman says earmuffs for the saw of loud chainsaw or the machinery like wood chipping. Whitney says, I thought plastic bags were banned. I thought so too. Bernice says 911. I hope you can get the pic of young man under same managers as David wearing a pink Hello Kitty jacket, just like David. Is it on Discord? Huh. I don't think I've seen that one. That's interesting. Let me drop my email if you want to send that to me. Let me see. Mark the Shark 943 at outlook.com. There it is, guys. If you guys want to send me some stuff. Let's see. The One True Witness says David probably bought a new chain for his choke collar king. Probably, right? They do sell chains at Home Depot. Your King is a Woman. I don't play or mess with the O board, but I saw a video of him playing with the O board and something responded. I literally got spooked and I said I rebuke any bad energy from the video. Yeah, you have to say that. You have to rebuke everything like that and then it poof disappears. Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. When it comes to that, like the O board, I don't mess with it. I don't touch it. I don't speak of it. I don't say the whole thing. And I just don't mess with that stuff. Absolutely. My little star says, no, it's not on Discord, that pic. It's from TikTok. I wonder which one you guys are talking about. Your King's a Woman says he's also always acting sad or crying, licking pity, and pretending to be sad, making me feel sorry for him. The fudge? I know, right? Always, man. Feel sorry for me. I knew somebody who was like that, and it was for attention. My little star says TikTok of Bryant Barnes wearing the pink Celeste Hello Kitty jacket. Oh, Brian Barnes. Let's see if I can find that. King's a Woman says, what Discord Addy, or if you can send me the link for it, please. Yeah, I sent it to you already, King Woman. You're lagging. You better jump on it because we're going to be having movie night again soon. Star says, David is disgustingly obsessed with the Chrome Hearts brand. And also say God's name. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even mess with the tarot cards. Oh, I know. Me neither. Dang, me neither. Let's see. Your King was narcissist. Yeah, absolutely. Bernie says, I love your name. Your king is a woman. Let me see if I can find that picture you guys are talking about. So I appreciate you guys coming in here. What is it, Brian Barnes on TikTok? Let me check it out. Let me see what's going on. Oh, look, guys, I'm back on TikTok. They unbanned me. David's TikTok, I am back. Look at this. I'm back, guys. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? All right. I am back. Let me find that video. What is it? Brian Barnes? Let me check it out. Brian Barnes. David. Oh, yeah, this one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let me make this bigger. What do we got here, guys? Let me close this. What do we got here? Where's the TikTok? Oh, right here. Okay. What do we have here, man? What is going on with this Hello Kitty stuff? What the heck is going on? Oh man, you guys think these people are smarter than the LAPD detectives, robbery and homicide division? These guys right here. Can I recommend a movie? Says Della Dang. Turn us on the spot in mind for a movie night. Yeah, we have to figure out how we're gonna vote. We need to vote or something like that for our next movie night on our Discord. We'll put it to a vote tonight or whenever. You guys, I mean, we can even watch one tonight later on. Maybe I don't know. Kind of tired, but I did have my Coke Zero, so I'm kind of staying awake. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll play. We'll play by ear. Maybe. Mark David said he ain't that bad. LOL, let's unblock him. Says no dang. When he says Hello Kitty doesn't deserve this, absolutely. When you think the one was it was a different creator chat like a week ago, and no lie, I received an email from a creator. She was spooked and scared, really, because she said she heard a whisper, and I said it was her grandma, dad. Oh yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. Star says Asia behind him. Oh, she is? Oh yeah, she is. Look at that. Dang, you guys got good eyes. Bernice says they have David's managers too. Oh, they have the same managers. Interesting. Your king says, sister, I said the names of them, but they were dead, but it's not my fault. I hear things some little. Huh, you hear stuff from the other side? Star says, Bernice, he also grew up down the street from David. Oh, really? Oh, this is his childhood friend? Oh. Uh-huh. I see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Could you imagine if he's the one that was left behind? Imagine if he's the other suspect. Oh my goodness. Who was the other suspect? Let's see. Let's go over here. One of my friends came from David's hometown back in Texas, says Bernice. Oof. I think the reason the Hello Kitty thing is a trend is these guys because of the famous Hello Kitty murder in Japan. Oh, interesting. Bernice also grouped up. Okay, let's see. Whitney, when the young girl was dismembered and stuffed into Hello Kitty stuffed doll, the murderers confessed because the ghost of the girl was haunting them. Really? Oh, this was in Japan? That's wild. I kind of remember this. Kind of. Let's see. I don't mess with cards. I don't charge people to say things, says King. Oh, I see what you're I see what you're saying. Okay, Mark, I help police with cold cases, and yes, I have 6 cents if you can call it. Oh, okay, right on, King Woman. Sharon Turner, hey, how you doing? Brian Barnes, Della Denk, remember one of 3 Tommies are planned. Now he has the Hello Kitty and Ken Carson? ? Barbara Hall, hey, good to see you. Playing with the devil will take you down. I agree, Barbara Hall. I agree. Bernice says, I don't know if that one of his or not. By Garrigo said 8 are involved. Dang, 8. That's wild. Your King's a Woman says only Flojo knows about it. My Little Star says do not count on Ken Carson share on 100% on the money. Who is Ken Carson? Scary says Bernice, but my titles are something else. Yes, the school girl was tortured over days. The crime photos are non-blurred on Google, so be careful. Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Trigger more. Star says Travis Barker has way too many connections to David. Oh yeah, remember Stars when you the Travis Barker one? When you sent me that it had let me see. Let me check. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to find this. Remember the 764 or the symbol? Remember you sent me that? That was wild. I have it right here. Let me bring it up. I'll share it with you guys. That was wild. This one right here, watch. This will blow your mind. Or it was order of 9 angles, but let me show you guys this right here. You guys are gonna get your blind mode. You're mind blown. Hey, Dr. Vaughn, how you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, congratulations on your computer. I saw that. Let me see. You guys are gonna get your mind blown by this. Order of 9 angles. Let's see. Image. Downloads. Uh-oh. Did it not download? No, where is it? Downloads. Where'd you go? Let me try this again. Save as. Downloads. Save. It should be here. We have to refresh. Let me take a screenshot. It's not coming up. There we go. Screenshots. Make it easier on myself. Image. Screenshots. Here it is. Boom. Check this out. Look at that. Order of 9 angles. And that's from Travis Barker, isn't it? Stars? Probably just a coincidence. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, Dr. Vaughn. Thank you. Yeah, you are too. Appreciate you so much. Which one, Dr. Vaughn? The one with the Hello Kitty? Well, this one's David right there, and then the one with the Hello Kitty is Brian Barnes. It's his childhood friend. But I brought this picture up because this is from the Order of 9 Angles, and this is from Travis Barker. And Travis Barker's in the music industry, and he has a lot of connections to David. I mean, we went deep one night. I mean, I did a 12-hour live of the Order of 9 Angles and also 764 and internet. Just dark stuff in the internet that you have to be careful about. I mean, it's just, I mean, this thing goes deep. This whole freaking deep dive we did, it's like satanic stuff, rituals, numerology. And this is all stuff that's like, that's what they believe, right? The people that were online. And they just want chaos and they make people yeah, Brian Barnes, they make kids do stuff and post stuff to send them pictures for blackmail so they can make them do more things like cut themselves, unalive themselves. I mean, just stuff of nightmares. I'm not sure who he's married to, but that's a good question. I'm not sure. Hmm. Oh, is he, Whitney? Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me bring up that picture again of Brian Barnes. Let me get this out of the screen. Screen share. Brian Barnes. Here it is. There's Brian Barnes. Let's see if I can add some.
We feeling sure. That's not even your dog. Stole the child, just robbed David from his jacket.
He took it off his body when they was fucking.
How we feeling though?
Whoa, what?
We feeling sure. We feeling sure.
That's weird. He didn't deny it.
That's not even your dog. Stole the child, just robbed David from his jacket.
He took it off his body when they was fucking.
How we feeling though? How we feeling sure?
It was funny. That took him out.
Sure. That's not even your dog. Stole the child, just robbed David from his jacket.
He took it off his body when they was fucking.
How we feeling though? How we feeling sure? We feeling sure.
He didn't know what to say to that. He was like, wait, what? Oh, man, that was wild. Oh, that was wild. Yeah, Dr. Vaughn is so predatory. Yeah. I'm going to have to bring you up sometime, Dr. Vaughn, on one of my lives so we can go over the psychology of it. I would love to hear your input on it. If the Kardashians are connected to Travis B, look it up. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird. He's married to Courtney K. Oh, he's married. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know all that, like who's married to who and all that stuff. And man, that video was wild, man. He was like, what? Oh man. That's why everything is sealed. This is a huge case, possibly, Bernice. I think so too. I think this might be like one of the biggest cases in LA, next to the OJ one. Yeah, we'll set it up. Shoot me a message, email, Discord, Thursday. Yeah, let's do Thursday. Let me send you my email. Mark the Shark 943@outlook.com. There it is. Yeah, just let me know what time we'll set it up, and yeah, we'll go over this. Would be great. Oh, thank you for that, Landon Barker. Let me see. Save image. Let's see. Let me share this image that Star showed, and then I want to share some other pictures from our food Discord. And then we'll leave it there. We'll leave it on a good note. Let's see. Let me bring this up. Whoops. Dr. Fauna. Yeah, shoot me a text if you like. Let's see. Let me bring this up. That's David. It looks different there. It's weird. That looks so creepy. That doll he has. It's almost like a voodoo doll. So wow. But yeah, we'll have we have movie nights too on there. Let me bring up, because I did want to bring up these food pictures, and let's see. Let's see. Ooh, these biscuits look amazing. Amazing. Ooh, some treats. Oh, Hellraiser, yeah. That's wild, man. His shirt. Oh, 13. Yeah, 13. I've heard a lot about that. That's like, I need to revisit that. Let me see. But I gotta get going. But I did want to share these biscuits from our Discord. Doesn't that look good? Let me remove this other guy here. I do have to get going. But I did want to share this from our Discord. Again, if you guys are members, it's for members only. Come hang out. Come continue the conversation. And I know, right? This looks so good. This looks so good. Yeah, that's from Jesse Honeybuns. Jesse, you're this one, right? You're Jesse Jazz. I'm gonna have to do like a roll call on our Discord and put everybody's name together that matches up with the YouTube because I get confused so easily. And I want to be able to recognize your name. So they are defaming Hello Kitty. I think so too, right? Puts them in a bad name. But all right, guys, thank you so much. That's it for me. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Your king is the one. I'll send it. I'll email it to you, and click on the link. I'll send you the link. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, Hello Kitty. Yeah, the guy. I heard the guy. He's like very strict on on like copyrights and using the Hello Kitty the Hello Kitty logo. But yeah, guys, I wanted to leave you guys with this, and I'll put some music on for you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I just wanted to do a quick hour live. Again, thank you, Whitney, for bringing that up, the video for Law and Crime with Jesse, so we can go over and watch it. And yeah, Dr. Vonna, shoot me a message, and we'll get in touch, and let's do it Thursday. So thank you guys so much. Let me give out shout out to people who sponsored the show today. Dang, thank you so much for gifting my membership. I gifted 2 memberships as well. Bernice gifted, or she became a baby shark. So welcome to the family, to the shark family, Bernice. Thank you so much for joining us. And your King's a Woman for your $4.99. She says, because I felt like it. Emoji. Press the like button. We're almost to 1,000 drone fun. Let's go. I know I'm gonna look at drones tonight. Seriously, I can't ask for a better crowd than you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Justice for Celeste Rivas, #1. And you guys have a good night. And we can continue the conversation on Discord if you guys like. Thank you. You guys have a good night. Bye.